Remember when I told the people of the Igbo, the Biafra people, and the people from the southeast, I told them, I said, presidency is a trap for you people. The time is not ripe. They were like, oh, what is this man talking? He needs money. Maybe he needs money. Some got angry. They cannot give him money. Forget about him. He does not need to do anything. We will not sow seed. We will not help him. We will not help his ministry. What is your seed going to do for me? If you sow a seed to my ministry, you sow it for your life. If you give a seed to my ministry, you give it to your life, because your seed in my ministry is not for me to eat. It's for me to put in the work of God and command it to return to you in billion folds. So don't look at, because he prophesied the truth, we will not give him money. We will not support him. We will not give him concern. This one is not in our life. It's not supporting us. That's not how major prophet operate. The Lord took me straight away, and I see what's called election coming again in Nigeria. And this election is no more the election of the federal government. This is Imo State. Everyone that is watching online, please share this broadcast now, because God is talking about the Imo State and the Imo State election. Please, as quick as possible, share this broadcast. Carry this broadcast and share with your friends. Let the people see what is about to happen. I see the people of Imo State now about to go into election. I don't know whether it's this year or next year, but what I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit is that the Lord is telling me the next place of election. I am seeing a place called Imo State. Imo State, the people in Imo State, please, this matter concerns you. You are very, very concerned about the election in Imo State. If you are a Nigerian, or you are in Africa, or you are in America, or you know anything about Imo State, watch out. I am seeing the Imo State election, the next election to come up. I don't know why it is showing in my spiritual curriculum. As I look at the spiritual curriculum, I enter in the realm of the spirit, and the Lord bring what's called the spiritual map to show the politics of Nigeria. Because as I enter in the spiritual world, the Lord took me to a place called the politics of Nigerian political settings, and I see where it's called the Imo State. And the Lord said, Imo State is completely doomed. Imo State is completely doomed. I said, what is their fault? What have they committed? Have they committed any crime? What's going on in Imo State? Why should this thing be happening? And I lifted up my hand and I begin to pray in the realm of the spirit to see how I can rescue the oppression and what's going on in Imo State. And the Lord said, what you are seeing in Imo State is the Imo State election. Because I thought it was a fight. I thought it was a battle, and I want to enter into the battle to use what's called the spiritual armory and the spiritual strength, because that is a place where I have a lot of sons and daughters, and the sons and daughters from Imo State are not people I should keep quiet and allow them to go through the pains or the trouble or the crime that I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit. And I enter into Imo State to now defend the people. Maragada broskita barada brakatoshe katalaba. And the Lord said, Imo State election that is coming is not election. What's going to happen in Imo State is going to be what's called a power tussle. And this power tussle, people, even the observers, will never be able to step out. Observers will be hiding in the hotel rooms. And I see observers that say they want to come and observe the Imo State election, because I begin to see people from different parties. I begin to see people that call themselves obedient, and people that call themselves PDP. I see people that call themselves different kind of student or people that want to contest for Imo State election. But at the end of it all, I see the Imo State election becoming what's called a power tussle and a war front. And people are waiting, they want to vote, but before they know it, people's paper were still in their hand, and the vote counted and announced. Why is this happening there? What's going on in Imo State? What's going on in Imo State? Dear Imo State, hello, abiakwala mozo bimu no biomao, ye. Hello, abiakwala mozo bimu no biomao, ye. Hello, abiakwala mozo bimu no biomao, ye. Oh my God. Hallelujah. Even the band cannot play this one. Oh my God. As I enter the place called Imo State, The Lord said, major prophet of God, you are the mouthpiece that can tell the people something before they happen. Because as I look at the spiritual world, now I'm looking at the spiritual world, and the election have not started. But the Lord said, this election of Imo State, pray, because people are about to lose their lives. They say, why should people lose their life? Because major prophet of God cannot be a prophet and stand here and see people die. The Lord said, people cannot, even the observers cannot come out of their hotel rooms. Because before you are holding your paper, you want to vote. Election is completed and announced. And there's not going to be a new person. And all the people that are wasting money and spending money and fighting, they want to be this, they want to be that. And I see where they are completely tussled out and tussled out, muscled out and pushed out. And the terror of how to vote and how to come out grip them. Opposition do not have anywhere to breathe in Imo State, because the Imo State become too tough and become what's called a danger zone for people who say they want to contest for the position of being a governor or being this in Imo State. Pray for Imo State, because I see what's called a war front and the tussle ground, and at the end of it all, they try to now see whether a new person can emerge. People that said, oh, we want to now finally recover our mandate and enter there. At the end of it all, Hope Uzodinma continues to push and continue to remain there as a governor for the second time in Imo State. Continue to now remain as a governor and also continue to stay in the office for a second time. And the people now asking me, major prophet, we have fought against this and we have prayed and we are expecting something to happen. And even you as a prophet, you know what to do. I said, what will I do when I'm not there involved? How can I bring myself in the state that I'm not involved? What is my business there? My business is to now tell you what is already written in the realm of the spirit that's going to happen right there in Imo State. I'm not waiting for anything to happen before I say them. As the Lord has given me the grace, I prophesy them before the time, and you now begin to write the date down and see the thing unfold. Before they happen, God has already told the servant, the major prophet of God, what is going to happen there. Because this was called a tussle ground. This was called a war front. This was called a power tussle. And the people that come out, and I see people now doing election right in the hotel room. How can people now voting right there in the hotel room? How can people now stay right there in offices voting? How can people now stay in a place, restaurant, eating, voting, and at the end of it all, result is out? And nothing anybody want to do about it. Because this is what's called people that want to contest for anything or fight for anything. And the Lord said, people that want to contest for this governorship of Imo State, if they want a twat or different thing together to happen, it must be something they will have to start yesterday, not today, yesterday. For you to know how serious the matter is in the realm of the spirit. If they want to do anything to change the hand of the clock, they have to start yesterday. When was yesterday? Are you talking about today or you're talking about yesterday? The Lord said they have to start yesterday, which means starting now is even late. To catch up with what is already planned down, about to happen right there in Imo State. Rakato proceed, but I don't know why God always choose major prophet of God to dive into the politics. Well, I will not blame God, because God is the chief politician. God is the number one politician of the whole world. Is the king of all the kings. Is the lord of all the lords. Is the president general of all the presidents. He is the one that owns the heart of all the kings and presidents. So you don't look at me as a major prophet, forget about politics. When you talk about politics, God is a politician. God himself is a politician. Even when Satan wanted to overtake God, the devil came up and said he wanted to take the throne of God. He wanted to overthrow God and become the president general. He wanted to exalt his seat and climb like Most High. God said, no, you cannot overtake me here. I remain the Almighty. You have no right to conceive evil in your heart. And God rebuked him and cursed him and sent him out of heaven because of what's called the political play that Satan tried to play in the heaven. God alone is the only one that plays. He's the actor of heaven and earth. He's the everything. He's the life. He's the spirit. He's all and all. Talk about God. Anytime you see major prophets speaking or talking, I want you to talk about God. Never you talk about human being. Never you talk about anything. Talk about God, because that is what matters. That is what matters. Every other thing doesn't matter. What matters is God and God alone.